Hi and welcome back. Today I have a quick jelly printing session for you, and I wanted to try out the flowers from our Mixed Media Marks number 7 stamp set, which is the newest in this collection. And I wanted to see which prints I can get with them, and I wanted to make some prints with a springy touch. I'm starting with pink. I think it's the quinacridone pink or quinacridone rose from Amsterdam, and I only braided a part of my jelly plate, and then I dip the stamp into this paint and stamp it over my plate. And I have no idea how this is going to turn out, but I think usually this technique works quite well and gives some nice prints. I'm using springy colors today. Obviously this is matching the flower image quite well. My original recording was a lot longer. I had over 40 minutes of a jelly printing session. But as I mentioned in one of my last videos, when you upload such a long video to YouTube, it usually does not perform as good as shorter ones. I think it's because people don't want to watch 40 minutes. And so I decided, as this was quite long, to split this into 2 parts, or into 2 different sessions, I would say, to keep it shorter. And it also gives me a lot more time, because editing of a 40-minute video it takes just a big amount of time compared to a 12-minute video. So yeah, it's a bit easier for me too. I'm printing directly into my sketchbooks. I did this in my last video as well because I want to get them filled so I can make a flip through and start using all the prints. And I already have bought 2 new sketchbooks, which are usually drawing paper pads with a spiral bound. I really like how this turned out. I think it's super pretty. These sketchbooks that I bought are quite cheap from the Action store, and I don't know if they will work with the jelly plate, but I'm really excited to try that out once these sketchbooks are completely filled. That would be amazing, because the spiral bound sketchbooks from the Action were about 2 to 3 euros. And the paper is a little bit thinner than this paper, and that's what I like for collages. So yeah, we will see. I love that turquoisey color. It's also from Amsterdam. It should be the greenish turquoise green, I think. And I do it in a similar way. I just used a little bit more of the turquoise compared to the pink from the previous print. This time I'm combining it with a light color. I believe this should be the Naples yellow reddish. I really love these pastel colors from Amsterdam. They have quite a lot. I often use them instead of white, which I really like, because white is quite a hard color, if you can say color, and these off-white colors are often a little bit more harmonic. And here I went in with a neon pink, one of my favorite colors. I really often grab it and use it also when I'm sketching. I often use it to prepare a background. I think it gives a nice pop of color when you have it in between normal colors, I would say. I think when it's too much on the final artwork, I don't like it, but if there are hints here and there with that neon pink, it makes just such a difference and gives the final picture or artwork a really vibrant and lively result. It's also with this print, I think it turned out so pretty, just lovely with that rose color on the bottom that I got. And also the neon pink is so nice for mixing into other colors. When you mix it with a warm yellow, it gives a really nice color. And also when you mix it with white, it makes such a lovely light pink. The pink I'm using here is the Venetian Rose from Amsterdam. Also a really lovely color because it's more of a dirty pink. And I think, yeah, it looks more natural compared to a normal pink. And that's a color I also really often use, especially when I'm drawing in my sketchbook. For those of you that are here for the first time and watching me using a stamp with the Gelli plate, I always store the stamps upside down onto a wet towel just until I'm finished with everything, and then I clean the stamps immediately. And the wet towel keeps them wet until I'm done, so the paint does not dry on the stamps. If the paint dries on your stamp, it's not a big problem at all. I would recommend just spritzing the stamp with water, letting this sit for about 15 minutes, and then go in with a baby wipe or something like that, and then you will be able to get that paint off quite easily. If you totally forget your stamps and the paint is really dry, let's say for about a day or two, you always can use alcohol and remove the paint. This print turned out a little bit boring, I would say, but I think you always need some neutral papers that are not that intense textured, just a little bit color with a color variation, so it could be useful. I wanted to make some other prints today, some that I really often use, and I have not many left. I'm making them with that grid stamp from the Mixed Media Mark stamp set, and it gives you a really nice neutral texture to use for collages, and that's what I really love about it. I'm starting with the greenish blue from Amsterdam. The light color I'm using here should be the Titan Buff Light, which is also a great substitution for a normal white paint. And here you can see I already did a print with the same stamp. I just did not record it, and then I thought I would record it for you as well, because it seems to be very very boring maybe, but it gives you really interesting papers that are perfect as a neutral for collage. Also with neutral colors, this one works pretty well. And for the last print of today, I used the quinacridone rose. I believe it's the name of the color. I will give you all the color names in the description. And I also combine it with that Titan Buff Light. And that gives me a lovely pinkish background texture. I will make a flip through or show you all the prints now in the end. And I also have photos over on my blog. I will now show you the finished prints of today. I hope you enjoyed this video and find it a little bit inspiring, maybe to do your own prints. Yeah, and I wish you a lovely weekend, and I hope we will see us next time. Bye!